Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we are going to continue our look at the true rookie cards for all of the National Baseball Hall of Famers. We've been working backwards in alphabetical order, starting with the letter Z, and we're currently working on the M's. So we're getting close to halfway through the Baseball Hall of Fame list. So first player we're going to take a look at today is a really big one. This is one of the former Negro League greats elected to the Hall of Fame. He's a Cuban pitcher, turn of the century guy, began his career in the 1907, 1908 time frame and pitched all the way through till around 1930 in the U.S. Negro Leagues and many winter ball seasons in his native country of Cuba. So this is Jose Mendez. Mendez pictured here in his Almendares uniform. This is a Cuban baseball card produced overseas. This is the 1910 Punch Cigars card. These Punch cigar cards are super rare. I believe the population on this one is about 3 total that we know of still existing. These punch cards appear with the player image, the name, the team name underneath it, as you can see here. These also had a sort of an ornate border surrounding the photo part of the card, and it was on a little bit of a thicker cardboard backing. Almost every single punch card that has survived is missing that cardboard backing, that border that goes around the edges. I believe out of the 90 or so known punch cards that still exist, I believe there's 4 that still have the cardboard backing intact. So the example here is missing that. But this is one of the key cards in that set, the Jose Mendez. The other big cards we're going to cover in the book pretty soon going forward. There's also a non-Hall of Famer in there, which is another really big card, which was Grant Home Run Johnson. He was a Negro League shortstop, great power hitter, especially for a middle infielder at that time, and one of the all-time Negro League greats, not yet in the Hall of Fame, but will probably be one of the first elected the next time they do some sort of a Negro League player candidacy again. So 1910 Punch, Jose Mendez, super rare card, and true rookie. Next player we're going to look at is Joe Ducky Medwick. Medwick was with the St. Louis Cardinals, primarily an outfielder. He came up in the early 30s, 1930s, mid 30s. Would spend time later with the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 40s. And super hitter, had one of the highest career batting averages in history. Did play during a notable hitters era, so things did favor the batters at the point in time where Medwick was active. But his true rookie card pictured here is a 1933 Warch cigar. These are pretty scarce. They're real photographs and printed on, they sort of look like postcards. A lot of them will have the name and the team affiliation printed in a box on the card, similar to some of the exhibit cards from the 1920s. Some of them have that, some of them don't. Some of them come in both variations. So this Joe Medwick is only 1933 card and true rookie. Okay, next one up is another super challenging one. This is one of the 1887 to 1890 Old Judge cards. This is the Goodwin and Company Tobacco series, the largest set of the 19th century. Produced up to that point. Altogether, there's over 5,000 different cards. when you consider all the different leagues, players, the player variations, etc. So the largest baseball card set ever produced. The subject here is Bid McPhee. McPhee was a superior defensive second baseman. Played with the Cincinnati Ball Club, Cincinnati Red Stockings, as they were known at that time. McPhee, like I said, was primarily noted for his defense, contact hitter, similar to most of the middle infielders of his era. McPhee does not have as many poses in the old Judge set as many of the other star players do. So one of the tougher Hall of Famers to find in the old Judge series, and one of the truly toughest rookie cards to find if you're collecting Baseball Hall of Fame rookie cards. So Bid McPhee, 1887 to 90, old Judge. Next one we're going to look at is Hall of Fame manager Bill McKegney. McKegney had a relatively brief career as a player prior to his managerial days. He played for Pittsburgh in the early 19 teens. This is a 1912 T207. This is the series with the brown backgrounds. These were tobacco cards. They came a couple of years after the T206 famous tobacco series. These did not have as many big name players as the T206 set, so there was no Honus Wagner, there was no Ty Cobb, there was no Christy Mathewson. Walter Johnson is probably the biggest name that appeared in this T207 set. So Bill McKegney, T207 true rookie. Okay, next one we're going to look at is going to be, see if we can get a good focus here. This is going to be John McGraw, who would go on to become the longtime 30-plus year manager for the New York Giants from the turn of the century all the way through 1930. Prior to his managerial career, McGraw was an excellent ball player. He played during the 1890s with the Baltimore National League Club, was a third baseman primarily, and excellent fielder, decent hitter, known as a hard-nosed ball player, and appears on this 1902 to 1911 W600, which is a Sporting Life cabinet series. These were mail-aways with coupons from the Sporting Life newspaper. That was the top sports paper of the day, especially for baseball subjects. You sent away, and you can choose which cabinet of which ball player you wanted. There was a checklist that came out every year from 1902 to 1911. McGraw appeared in the very first checklist from 1902, so this card pictured here is actually the 1902 version. There's 4 different mounts or cardboard backings on these Sporting Lifes. They're known as Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and Type 4. The Type 1 is the earliest, which is pictured here, and they're identified by the Sporting Life logo on the bottom, which changed over the 10 years or so that these were issued. So W600 Sporting Life, John McGraw, true rookie card. Okay, next one we're going to look at is somebody in the Hall of Fame as an umpire. This is Bill McGowan. McGowan was a famous umpire during the 30s, 40s. Had an umpire school later on during the late 40s and 50s, and once his active MLB career was finished. Famous for that umpiring school. There was a couple of really cool postcards that were produced from his school, picturing McGowan. They were from 49 and 50, 1949, 1950. This one is actually in 1948. It was a set of almost like a police set or an early version of a police set that has came out today. During the 80s and 90s, the police sets were popular. But these were called safety cards, and they had designations that would relate to keeping kids safe and things like that. There was all baseball players. There's an early win card in here that I believe we looked at earlier in the series. Pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, Washington Senators before that. So Bill McGowan, 1948 safety card, true rookie card. Okay, next player we're going to look at is another Sporting Life W600. This one is Joe McGinnity. McGinnity pitched at the same time as Christy Mathewson, the early 1900s New York Giants. McGinnity was a real workhorse, pitched tons of innings for about a decade or so, from 1900, late 1890s up through 1910 or so. He appears on the Sporting Life. This one is a type 2, not a type 1, like the previous one that we looked at for McGraw. So type 2 came out around 1903. This was the second Sporting Life mount version. McGinnity pictured here in a business suit. McGinnity actually also appeared on an earlier issue in the 1898-1899 time frame. The Sporting News put out a supplement, which was an oversized item. It had a vignette portrait of the ball player in the center. It had the Sporting News date of the issue on it, and is cataloged as M101-1 in the standard catalog, in the American card catalog. And that picture's McGinnity. It's earlier than this one, but those are very large. Those are about 8.5 by 11. This one is the largest size that I allow for true rookie card qualification. So these are the cabinet size cards. So true rookie Joe McGinnity, 1902 to 11, W600. Okay, next one we're going to look at is one that's probably familiar to everybody here. This is the 1960 Topps Willie McCovey rookie. This is one that has the rookie trophy on the rookie card. A lot of times the rookie trophy would appear in the second year card of the player. But in this case, it appears on the McCovey true rookie card, 1960 Topps. Okay. Next up is going to be sort of a controversial choice, maybe. This is Joe McCarthy, and this is a 1909 to 1911 Colgan's Chips. Now, McCarthy played on was playing on a minor league team at that time, Toledo. You can see the ball club there on the side. Toledo was a international league team, so it was not a major league image featuring McCarthy. The reason why I include it and I consider it as a true rookie card for McCarthy, number one, it's his earliest card. But number two is the Colgan's Chips 1909 to 11 series is primarily a major league issue, although it features a few players from minor league teams. The majority of the set is major league. So it falls into a very similar category as the 1887 to 90 Old Judges, where the majority of the cards were major league players. There were some minor leagues that were included in there. But if a guy appears in the Old Judge and it would be otherwise considered his rookie card, I still consider it a true rookie card, even though they might appear in their minor league uniforms. So 1909 to 11, Colgan's Chips, Joe McCarthy, famous New York Yankee manager, true rookie. Okay, next one we're going to look at next to McCarthy is another one of the Old Judges, 1887 to 1890. This is Tommy McCarthy. He was an outfielder, late 19th century. He played in the same outfield with the great Philadelphia team that had Sam Thompson and Ed Delahanty, as well as McCarthy in the outfield. Maybe the best outfield of all time with 3 Hall of Famers. So McCarthy has several different poses in the Old Judge series, as many of the Hall of Famers do. This is one of them, and these were issued over a 4-year period. So Tommy McCarthy, N172 Old Judge, true rookie card. Next up, we have a common one most people recognize again. This is Bill Mazeroski, 1957 Topps Pirates, second baseman, famous for the 1960 World Series winning home run in Game 7 to beat the Yankees. Mazeroski was most noted for his defense. We won numerous Gold Glove awards, and not as much for his hitting, but he was a decent major league hitter. So 57 Topps Mazeroski true rookie card. Next to Mazeroski, we've got another very familiar one. This is 1951 Bowman Willie Mays. Not too much needs to be said about this card or about the player. We all know Willie Mays, possibly the best all-around player ever, and his famous 51 Bowman rookie, same year as the Mickey Mantle rookie. Okay, next one's another big one. So we go down here to Christy Mathewson. And Mathewson appears here in his formal attire, as many of these W600 Sporting Life cabinets do. He was printed initially in the Type 2 series, so he was not in the first series, the Type 1s, which came out in 1902. So his earliest one came out in 1903 and ran until 1904, which matches his Bryce Williams E107, which many people consider that as a Mathewson rookie card as well, and it is. That one is, they're both super expensive these days. They're both six-figure cards in nice condition. So W600 Sporting Life, Christy Mathewson, fantastic card. One that I never owned when I was doing my Hall of Fame rookie collection in the 2010 era. But fantastic card. Next to Mathewson, we've got another tough card, 52 Topps, Eddie Matthews, great third baseman from the Boston Braves and later Milwaukee Braves. Matthews was a superb home run hitter, a great defensive player. What makes this card even more special is the fact it's in the Topps High Number series from 1952, which obviously also includes the famous Mickey Mantle high number as well. Matthews is actually number 407, which is the very last card in the set, which makes it even more condition sensitive than the other high number series cards. So Ed Matthews, true rookie card, 1952 Topps. Okay, next one we're going to look at is one of the most modern cards I have in here. This is the 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition. This is sort of a traded set, a box set at the end of the season. This one features Pedro Martinez, who came up and began his career with the Los Angeles Dodgers around 1990 and would later on star for the Montreal Expos and most famously for the Boston Red Sox during the early 2000s. So Hall of Fame great pitcher Pedro Martinez. And the last one we're going to look at here is Rube Marquard. Marquard was another Hall of Fame starting pitcher with the early New York Giants. Came up around 1908 and would pitch for them throughout the 19 teens, also with McGinnity and Mathewson. As they were winding down their careers, Marquard was really just beginning his. So he appears in this American Caramel series. It ran from 1908 to 1910, a 3-year period. These were generic player pictures, so they did not necessarily resemble the player that's mentioned on the card. They reused a lot of these images for multiple players. Not as popular as of a set as many others are for that reason. So 1908 to 1910, American Caramel, E91's Rube Marquard, Hall of Fame pitcher. So that's going to wrap up today's episode for the True Rookie cards of another 16 Baseball Hall of Famers. Hope you saw some interesting things there, maybe some cards you haven't seen before. We'll continue again, continuing in the M's, our next episode that we look at the Hall of Fame rookies again. So I hope you guys liked the video. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.